Now, the future of advertising in Kenya is bright, and Kenyan users look at their smartphones more than 200 times in making up just about 23 million Kenyans who are online consistently. Now, these figures are according to a very vibrant digital advertising pioneering team that is called Squad Digital. And joining me is Gaurav Singh from Squad Digital to look at the future of advertising. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Very interesting numbers that we're seeing here, because if you're coming from the traditional advertising, this is really baffling. This is something that warrants change of strategy for a product, for a brand.
Not necessary. It is a reminder medium. It's an incremental depending upon where customers are.
Right.
You're absolutely right. They require some bit of a shift in terms of doing things.
Right.
But the brands read slightly more than one part of the voice. So traditionally, the brands would look at the traditional media channels to stand up and talk. Digital gives you the meaning or the opportunity to come back to them and in a response point of view. So it becomes a more dialogue rather than monologue that used to be there earlier.
But then for a lot of the people responsible for this brand, for corporate managers and business leaders, the question would be, how do they quantify digital advertising? Because the old-fashioned advertising is very easy, but how do you quantify digital advertising?
Well, actually, you can quantify each and everything in digital. Largely, we look at ourselves in two aspects. So you look at whether you are doing a performance marketing.
Right.
Performance marketing can result into, if you're working for a bank, how many of new to bank customers you acquired and what price you acquired. So
Right.
you always go towards optimizing your cost of acquisition and how many more customers you can acquire. So typically when we work with our clients, we put down the agenda. In 2015, we will acquire 10% of your customers through online acquisition. So that's one part of your new to bank acquisition. Then the bigger opportunity is, how do you reach out to your own customers at the least possible cost?
Right.
And digital channels are the best for minimizing the cost. How much can you actually release an ad in a newspaper and reach out to the customer who's banking with you?
Right.
And the other part is, so marketing is one big opportunity from the quantifiable aspect that you ask. The other aspect is, how do you really build another layer of service that you can offer to your customers, which is incremental than the product and services what they're offering. And that's what really creates a differentiator and move away from the parity which is out there in the market at this point of time.
So when you talk about digital advertising as being a complementary unit, what percentages are we talking about?
It varies from client to client, category to category. Some of the clients that I know in Kenya, they're spending close to about 80% of their budgets into digital. Right. Because they want to get into more performance. Every now and then there are brand campaigns which is required to build the brand, but business is more important. So the clients have made the shift in terms of choosing where the customers are. I mean, again, in some cases that we have seen in some of the categories, people are spending at least 2 times or 3 times more time on the digital assets. Right. Than any other platform from a traditional marketing point of view.
And obviously this is driven by increased internet penetration, which obviously remains to be a challenge. The cost of internet in Kenya is just not affordable for everyone. Well, we can buy bundles here and there, but not everyone can access it. If you're looking at a mass market product, how big a challenge is that?
Yeah. So, okay, the way digital is looked at is that it has to do with internet. It has to do with nothing with the internet. So at this point of time, if I look at Kenya only, we have close to about 54% connectivity. This is the CCK numbers, and this is probably the second largest reach medium that you have after radio.
Right.
But even if you're not looking at the internet as a device, because everyone is concerned, should I be watching this video that we are trying to push, because that's going to consume my data completely. So the way we look at it is, if you look at the pyramid, the top end and the medium segment of the people, that's a very high, close to about 14-15 million people. We can look at internet to reach out to them, connect to them, acquire acquisition or any other thing that we want to do.
Right.
The bottom end of the pyramid, we have a lot of products which works on SMS technology, but SMS based on pure automation. So right. For example, you can pick up the phone right now and I can give you a number, you can give me a short call. So it's to say 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a short code. You give a number, you call a number, it takes as a missed call, like a flashing. The system records that you have called,
right.
And after that is the system picks it up that you are interested in this information and keeps on sending the information to you without any cost that you are incurring at your end. Sorry.
It's okay. Right, and Why I was asking about that, because there's an element of cost to the person getting this information. If you're talking about a short code, a lot of it comes with a cost. If you're talking about whatever it is, there is an element of involvement. Is that a challenge for a lot of the media buyers in this space?
No, so the data plays a very important critical role to understand what customers are doing. And the part that you asked, sorry about that. So the data helps us understand what the customers are interested in. Data, not the internet data, but the demographic, the transactional and the behavioral data that we understand of our customers.
Right.
And that gives us the ability to reach out to you. Because there is no cost involved at the customer end from, like I said, the SMS marketing, we call it a missed call technology. We can push as much as information, and the customer, when he sends an SMS to a call to a number, he gets 4 things downloaded on his phone in an SMS form. 1, I want to know more about this product. 2, what is the promotion you're happening? 3, what features do you have? So sitting at my desk, I can just send a number 2. That is what I'm interested in. Then it pulls more information and send you back. Finally,
Gaurav, we're living in the big data technology, and there's a lot of concern about how much of my information is with the person driving this campaign. What sort of legislative hurdles do you face when you're pushing for digital advertising?
Well, that's a conversation pretty much going in every part of the world and in every scheme of things. But although we call it a data, and data, when it comes to us from the campaign aspect of it, it's absolutely anonymized. You cannot identify who you are,
so
there is no way anyone can identify an individual and reach out to him in any personal manner. It's a largely marketing technology, or we call it ad tech, advertising technology, which helps you to audience plan and ability to target from the results point of view.
All right, we'll leave it there. Many thanks. Gaurav Singh from the Squad Digital.